Hey Ratbags, it's Jade. Guess what? Valheim's done something a bit different for their most recent dev blog. They're actually going back to the old style on their website, and it's going to be up on the Steam page, I'm sure. But it's given an outline of where they've come with the Mistlands and what to look forward to. We're going to see spoilers already for Ashlands. I'll bet this is concept art, so don't get too carried away. Things may change, and I'm sure the devs will be looking for feedback about what you want to see added in terms of the Ashlands and more in the future. Leave a like if you want to hear more Valheim news. Check out my live streams on my server. I'm looking very much forward to the console launch in the future too. First of all, they want to say thank you for everyone that tested it out on the public test branch. All the feedback and the time, and pretty much a relief to see how much people enjoyed it. Their next big biome update is going to be the Ashlands, and they've begun pre-production of that biome by creating concept art and working out the feeling they want to have the biome to have. It's going to be different from what we're all used to, given that the Ashlands is a large chunk of land at the far south of the map, rather than small islands spread out over the world. When it comes to the development itself, there's something we'd like to do very differently this time. With the Mistlands, we were very secretive. This is great for those who want to discover as much as possible for themselves, which is the main reason why we kept so much hidden, but it's also not very transparent. Therefore, our ambition with the development of the Ashlands is to show you a lot more of the process. This will mean you'll see things in the early stages and maybe even things that won't end up making it into the game at all, but hopefully you'll have a better understanding how far along development has gotten. We'll be trying this out for the Ashlands development period and see how it goes, and we'd like to start right away by showing you some enemy concepts. So here is the chart. I gotta say, it looks damn cool. Obviously a mix between the skeletals that we see, definitely with some more weapons, and I'm sure going to be much more dangerous. Clearly got some sort of mage version, and I love the idea of more creatures now having magic, now that we've also got magic. We know that the Vergers have it, but that's pretty much it. So I'm really keen, other than obviously maybe like the goblins. Yes, I nearly forgot, the mages also do magic. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more, and I think that's the way that we're going to be upgrading our weapons and doing stuff more, is with that magic stuff that we got from the Mistlands. But these are the charred. Two-handed short swords. This does give the opportunity that some people might really want dual-wielding daggers. I think in the past I've said it'd be pretty hard to add, but if mobs and enemies have got dual-wielding, then maybe it's an option for players to possibly have it in the future too. And then great big massive long swords. Now this one's the wildest one, the Morgan. What the hell is that? I'm just struggling to see. It's like obviously a monster of some kind that's just eating skeletons for fun. Or is it what the chards eventually turn into? But clearly the insiders are on the out. A bit like a non-nice shiny version of Bowmass. Yeah, it's pretty wild. That's pretty scary. Valheim's leaning into the forest vibes here with some of this stuff. So right now, their current design is going to be that the Ashlands is actually going to be the land of the dead, as well as a place with quite a volcanic nature. We're really looking forward to exploring the concept and finding out where it leads us, and we're excited to have you along for this journey. So Robin did mention to me that stuff was going to be worked on, and they're still eyeing up what they're doing with the Ashlands. He's had his ideas in his place, and the team have also had their ideas, and I think they're really starting to map it out now. It might seem a bit strange that wasn't already thought of, but they really wanted to make sure the Mistlands was as best as it could be, and they focused a lot on that. Now they're obviously going to be on the Ashlands. This is what we'll expect to see hopefully in the future. But don't panic. If you're thinking it's going to be another year's wait till we get a big update, it does look like they are going to be releasing more stuff in between now. Now, some people give them a hard time because obviously the Mistlands did come out like 15 months after the last major update. But people do forget they did have like the cliffs or the caves update just beforehand. They also added the abomination and a few other smaller little important pieces. Admittedly, it wasn't massive for some people, but they did update in between Valheim and Mistlands. And it looks like they're going to be doing that again, but maybe even more focus. So don't expect the Ashlands in the next 3 months, 6 months, maybe even 9 months or a year. But don't panic, there is going to be content coming in between that time. Obviously, they mentioned that the Xbox release is coming early this year, and it's going to have cross-play support as well. They're also going to be adding some new difficulty settings. It looks like this will go live with the Xbox version. And they're also working on something called Hilda's Quest. It does look like they're going to bring some more lore and story to Valheim in a more direct way, rather than just the lore stones that we find around the world. While the Mistlands was being worked on with bugs and QA and stuff, the artists have gone about and started designing new clothes. And this looks to be the first update we're going to receive. A nice little quality of life and some cosmetic changes. And I think this is a good look, this is a good idea. Add in just a little bit here and there, something quickly and easy to add in that gives players a lot more time to feel within their character and have a bit more versatility in how they look. It's going to be interesting to see though whether or not we get any buffs or any kind of bonus wearing normal clothes. You know, you've got to make it a reason to use this stuff as well. Hilda's Quest is pretty much going to be the name of the update by looks of things. It's going to have an additional NPC, the eponymous Hilda herself, and a way to restyle your existing character's hair. So this is interesting, as I did show this off recently in a fresh How to Cheat Valheim guide where I show you guys how to change your beard and your hair. And it has seemed strange that you can't have a vanity table or mirror to do so. Well, there you go. The Valheim devs have thought of everything. So this is going to be coming in and you'll be able to restyle your hair. And that's a great idea. I think absolutely it's something a lot of players will really appreciate. But don't panic, it's not going to take away from the Ashlands. They've clearly got teams working on stuff and production going in the right way for that. But this is obviously something that some of the team can bash together a lot quicker. They're also taking a look at accessibility, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of games, especially when they've partnered up with Xbox or directly under Xbox, have done this well. Grounded have got some of the best accessibility settings ever in a game, in my opinion. Everything from wider interaction tabs to a whole host of other accessibility options. What they're looking for is people with any kind of accessibility issue to send them an email, detail exactly what you maybe would like to see added. So there we go. I think that's pretty cool stuff. I think it's a good idea for them to really outline. I was a bit nervous about revealing some of the obviously Ashland stuff too soon, because otherwise we will get calls from people saying, oh, well, when's it coming? But now they've actually said they're actually going to be showing a lot of stuff. I think that's a good idea. Giving everyone a clue about what to expect, when to expect it. They did do this to some extent with some of the Mistland stuff, but in the early stages they were a bit too secretive and it did give up the impression that stuff would maybe arrive soon. But now they're clearly outlining that we're going to receive updates between now and the Ashlands. I think that's a good idea. I really do think it's better, especially early access games. You don't have to be super secretive. Maybe once 1.0 is here and they can take their time and breathe a little bit more, that's the time they can be really secretive about stuff they may add if Valheim does carry on after 1.0. And I presume that we might see the update or some changes to the ballista actually added before this new update, adding the cosmetic changes and stuff. Because if you don't know, they're going to be using, by looks of things, trophies to maybe activate some of these, which I like the idea of actually. We need more use for trophies. So imagine that you have to load up your ballista and literally signal it to shoot them creatures by giving it a trophy. That's a fantastic use for it. I know some people in the comments when I did this video the other day were a bit mad it's not just set to all. But there was a setting that said kill all, as well as obviously that meaning kill player too. And I like the idea of, involving the trophies. But everything's a work in progress. That was only shown off on a Twitter feed. You never know when or how some of them changes might take place with the ballista. We just know that the ballista changes are incoming. Like whatever gets added to it, it's got to be an improvement. But yeah, great stuff. Good things happening. I think it's a solid start to start off 2023 for absolutely one of the best games going. I'm really looking forward to the Xbox launch. As soon as it's here, I'm going to be all over it with dedicated Xbox guides and showing you the differences between the different systems. I'm just so happy that it's got crossplay, and yeah, I'm really hyped for it. So there we go. Until next time, Ratbags, come and check me out doing my live streams, like I said, with Valheim, and getting back to fresh guides for 2023 for you. And I'll see you, Ratbags, later.